When you think of the Arctic, the image of a polar bear likely comes to mind: massive, powerful, and seemingly invincible as it trudges across the ice. Yet there is more to these magnificent creatures than their imposing presence. Polar bears, known scientifically as Ursus maritimus, are the largest land carnivores on Earth. But did you know their fur is not actually white, and their adaptations are nothing short of evolutionary marvels? Let's take an in-depth look at these incredible animals and what makes them true kings of the Arctic. The sheer magnitude, size, and strength. Polar bears are giants of the mammal world. Males, called boars, typically weigh between 900 to 1,600 pounds, 410 to 720 kilogram, with some reaching over 2,000 pounds, 900 kilogram. They can measure up to 8 feet, 2.5 meters, long, and when standing on their hind legs, tower at over 10 feet. Females, or sows, are smaller at 330 to 650 pounds, 150 to 295 kilogram, and 6 to 8 feet, 1.8 to 2.5 meters, in length. Both genders are built for power and endurance, adapted to Arctic life for breaking ice and swimming long distances. Their unmatched strength allows them to drag 100-pound, 45-kilogram seals from the water with a single swipe. The great white misconception: transparent fur. One of the most intriguing aspects of polar bears is their seemingly white fur. However, their fur isn't actually white. It's transparent. Each hair shaft is hollow and pigment-free, allowing light to pass through and scatter. This scattering effect gives the appearance of white fur, which serves as excellent camouflage against the snow and ice. It's an adaptation so effective that polar bears are nearly invisible to their primary prey. Seals. The hollow structure of their fur also plays a role in insulation, trapping warmth close to their bodies. This adaptation is critical for survival in an environment where temperatures often drop to -40 degrees Fahrenheit, -40 degrees Celsius, or lower. To the human eye, the polar bear's coat appears to blend seamlessly with its surroundings, an illusion that showcases the brilliance of evolution. This see-through fur, combined with their agile movements, makes them stealthy hunters in a seemingly stark and exposed landscape. Black skin beneath, absorbing the Arctic sun. Beneath their transparent fur lies another fascinating feature: black skin. This pigmentation isn't just a random trait. It serves a very important function. The black color is optimal for absorbing heat from the sun, a precious commodity in the frigid Arctic climate. By absorbing and retaining heat, their black skin helps maintain their core body temperature even when external conditions are brutal. The combination of transparent fur and black skin creates a highly effective natural heating system. While the fur scatters light, the black skin soaks up what little heat the sun provides. This dual-layered approach to warmth is one of the most ingenious adaptations in the animal world. A double-layered defense: fur and fat. The secret to a polar bear's insulation doesn't end with its skin and fur. These bears are equipped with a thick layer of fat, known as blubber, which can be up to 4.5 inches, 11 centimeter, thick. This blubber acts as a thermal barrier, helping polar bears retain body heat even when swimming in icy waters. The fur itself is composed of 2 layers: a dense undercoat for additional insulation, and longer guard hairs that repel water. When a polar bear dives into freezing Arctic waters, the guard hairs shed water to prevent the undercoat and skin from becoming wet. This water-repelling feature is essential for keeping warm, as wet fur loses its insulating properties. Their blubber, coupled with this specialized fur, provides them with both buoyancy and warmth during long swims. Masters of the ice. Habitat and range. Polar bears are true creatures of the ice. Their habitat spans the circumpolar Arctic, including regions like Canada, Greenland, Norway, Russia, and Alaska in the United States. The range of a polar bear is largely dictated by the availability of sea ice, which they use as platforms for hunting seals. Unlike other bear species that may venture into forests or mountains, polar bears are intrinsically linked to the frozen seas. However, their dependence on sea ice is also their Achilles heel. As climate change accelerates the melting of Arctic ice, polar bears are being forced to travel longer distances to find food. Some have been documented traveling over 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometers, in a single season to hunt or find mates. This increased travel can lead to exhaustion and less successful hunting, posing significant challenges to their survival. The seal deal: diet and hunting techniques. Polar bears are specialized hunters with a diet that primarily consists of seals, specifically ringed and bearded seals. They use a hunting method called still hunting, where they wait patiently at a seal's breathing hole in the ice. When a seal surfaces for air, the bear strikes with astonishing speed and precision, pulling the seal from the water and delivering a powerful bite to its skull or neck. A single seal can provide a polar bear with a substantial amount of energy. They often consume only the blubber and skin, which are rich in calories, and leave the remaining meat for scavengers like Arctic foxes and birds. This high-fat diet is essential for sustaining their large bodies and building up the fat reserves needed to survive periods of food scarcity. Swimming with the giants. Aquatic adaptations. Polar bears are not only masters of ice, but also formidable swimmers. They have been known to swim at speeds of up to 6 miles per hour, 9.7 kilometers per hour, and can travel over 60 miles, 97 kilometers, without resting. Some documented cases even show polar bears swimming for days at a time, covering distances of more than 100 miles, 160 kilometers, in search of food or new ice floes. Their large, partially webbed paws function as paddles, allowing them to propel efficiently through the water. Their powerful limbs and blubber make them naturally buoyant, so they can stay afloat with ease. These adaptations are vital for navigating the increasingly fragmented ice landscape as they chase their main prey, seals. The circle of life. Reproduction and cubs. Polar bear reproduction is a careful balancing act. Mating occurs in the spring, usually between April and May. However, a fascinating aspect of polar bear biology is delayed implantation. The fertilized egg does not immediately implant in the female's uterus but waits until late fall. This adaptation ensures that cubs are born during the most optimal time for survival: winter. A female polar bear typically gives birth to 1 to 3 cubs, with twins being the most common. Newborn cubs are incredibly vulnerable. They are born blind, toothless, and weigh only about 1.5 pounds, 0.7 kilograms. The mother's den, often a snow cave she digs herself, serves as a warm, protective environment where the cubs can grow strong. Cubs stay with their mother for up to 2.5 years, learning essential survival skills such as hunting and navigation. During this period, the mother goes without food, relying entirely on her stored fat reserves. This maternal sacrifice highlights the polar bear's incredible adaptation and the challenges of life in the Arctic. Climate change, a looming threat. The stark reality of climate change poses the greatest threat to polar bears today. The melting of Arctic sea ice due to rising global temperatures has reduced their hunting grounds, leading to longer fasting periods and lower birth rates. As sea ice retreats, polar bears must travel greater distances to find food, which can lead to exhaustion and increased mortality. Studies have shown that polar bear populations in certain regions, such as the southern Beaufort Sea, have already seen declines. If current warming trends continue, scientists predict that polar bears could face severe population reductions, potentially leading to extinction in some areas by the end of the century. Conservation efforts, a global responsibility. Despite the bleak outlook, conservation efforts are underway to help protect these iconic animals. The 1973 Agreement on the Conservation of Polar Bears, signed by 5 Arctic nations, the United States, Canada, Norway, Denmark, and Russia, was one of the earliest efforts to regulate polar bear hunting and preserve their habitat. Today, organizations like Polar Bears International and the World Wildlife Fund are at the forefront of research, advocacy, and public education aimed at polar bear conservation. Public awareness and participation are crucial for these initiatives to succeed. Simple actions, such as reducing carbon footprints, supporting sustainable practices, and advocating for policies that address climate change, can make a difference. Thanks for joining us on this icy adventure into the world of polar bears. If you enjoy learning about these majestic Arctic giants, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating wildlife stories. See you in the next adventure. Stay wild.